Good morning. This is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful. The food bank is beautiful. Deanna is more like the beast in the Beauty and the Beast. I don't care. I am waiting for my coffee and it is brutal. That is the longest wait every day is for that first cup of coffee. So this little clip is not about food bank. This is about hatching my chickens. You guys seem to enjoy watching, the black chickens run all over my house. This morning, they're right over there. They're eating by the window. A lot of my wild birds are on the back porch. Grandma is sound asleep. And down here, I have the three little yellow chickens are out on a blanket. I'm going to let them play and run around for about a half hour this morning. Maybe a little bit longer. My house is a little bit cold, so we'll see how they do. And right now, they are all three sitting in their food dish. They're definitely my chickens because I would sit in a food dish. Okay, I am going to show you how we got those chickens, okay? So I'm going to bring the camera down and we're going to start the incubation today. This is the incubator that Grandma and I bought in New Mexico, I think for like $19 online. And when we decided that we had to move back to Washington, I had told Grandma that we were going to move back to Washington. And she was pretty good with it. But she said she wanted chickens again. She's had chickens her whole life. They've always been a happy part of her life. And I told her that we would. And so we do. Currently, we have a big rooster named Patty. He's the daddy of all of these babies. And then we have two laying hens. So we have, her name is Karen. Yeah. And then the other one, what is the other one's name? How come my mind is escaping me? Oh, Matilde. Her name is Matilde. Karen and Matilde. And they're my only two chickens out there that are laying eggs. The other ones won't lay eggs for another 3 or 4 months. And there's 4 other hens out there that'll lay eggs. So these are my eggs that I have been collecting for about 5 days. My 2 hens will give me usually 2 eggs a day, about 5 days a week. So Karen lays a brown egg and Matilde lays the green egg. Isn't that pretty? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe just one egg down. The eggs have a protective coating on them, and I don't really want to mess with that coating, but this egg is a little barnyardish. So I'm just going to take my wet towel and kind of get some of that off the egg. Just to kind of keep it in a I won't say germ-free, but a less germs in my incubator. Okay, that should be fine. You can see it looks pretty good. Now, all of my eggs are going to stand straight up at first. And they go fat side down. If you can tell, sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge. Okay, there they are. And that's all I'm going to do. But once I start this process, and this is why I keep them in the kitchen, because once I start this process, I have to turn them anywhere between 4 and 8 times a day. If a hen was laying on them, she'd roll them around and move them around and all of that, and they need that. So I keep them out here because I live in this kitchen. All right. It's easy for me to turn them, and all of that good stuff. Now, once they're in there, I have a nifty little water bottle, and I'm going to throw some water in there because it has to be a humid environment. There we go. And then I'm going to put the lid on, and you need to be careful with the lid. You need to make sure it's snug. And then I'm going to plug it in. Now I'm going to plug it in right here for you guys, but as soon as we're done doing this little video, I'll move it over there. And you can see that it has numbers. I don't know if you can see it from this direction. Maybe that direction. I'm not going to. And this gives me, I know you can't read the numbers, but this gives me the temperature and the humidity. So right now, the temperature is 65 degrees and the humidity is 69. That needs to get up to about 100, and it needs to stay at 100. You can't be dinking around with your eggs, all right? They can't, they're not supposed to drop below 100. They need to stay in the 99 to 100.3. All right. This does a pretty good job of keeping that temperature on, but I have to take the lid off in order to rotate the eggs. Put the lid back on. It usually drops down a degree or two. That seems to be okay. Hasn't been a problem. So now my eggs are ready to do their little chickie thing. And in about 21 days, we will have, fingers crossed, baby chicks. Now, this incubator is not state of the art. It is kindergarten level, people. So we kind of get some kindergarten results. The first time we hatched eggs, we had 4 eggs that developed, 2 survived, and the other 2 did not. That's a little bit brutal when you love your baby chicks, right? And they have problems hatching out of their shells. So they needed assistance. And that is always, when you assist a chick out of the shell, there is a very big risk that you will lose the chick. The other thing, though, is the humidity. If it's not perfect in a little incubator like this, it will shrink wrap around the chick inside the egg, and they cannot get out by themselves. They will die. So the risk is certain death or a 40% chance that you can save them. And that's just the way it is. Okay? For me, for incubating the way I have to incubate at this point in my life. So, first batch, we had 2 black chicks. They are the ones, Betty Jan and Sissy, who are right behind me, running through the house. And then we have, my husband wanted to change Fatty Panty's name. He had a chicken. We had a chicken here many years ago that we had for years. We loved her. Her name was Bridget Butterball Jones. And she was a huge buff Orpington. And she was a beast. She was not a chicken who wanted to be picked up, but she would come and eat out of your hand and, you know, that kind of thing. She would not tolerate the roosters. She was not rooster friendly. So when we finally did get roosters, Bridget used to do, I swear to you, this Bruce Lee kung fu turn in the air, get her claws just right as she was coming down and attack a rooster. There were 4 roosters out there who thought that they were all that, and Bridget made short work of them. So my husband loved her. And so when we got these little yellow chicks, he was pretty adamant that we take the fattest one, that's Fatty Pants, and change her name back to Bridget Butterball Jones in memory of that chicken that we loved so much. So we did. So that chicken's new name is now Bridget Butterball Jones Fatty Pants. All right? Bridget Butterball Jones Fatty Pants. The other one is Chickie Poo. That is the chicken that Grandma named. And then there is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So you are caught up on the process. Right now, take your phone out, get out your calendar, and mark it for 21 days so that you can be on Chick Watch with me, okay? I may or may not. I'll probably give you little updates while I'm cooking. I'll tell you, hey, I turned the eggs today, or hey, I haven't broken anything. But other than that, I'm not really going to do too much because there's nothing to do. We turn eggs. And it looks like this when I turn an egg. That's how they start. And then when I turn them, I just move them this way and this way. It doesn't matter which way they go. They just have to be moved a little bit, like that. And then I'll leave them for a couple hours, and then I'll come back, and I'll move them forward, back to their standing position. And I just do that for 3 weeks. Okay? All right, that's it. You guys are now chicken farmers. Woohoo! You guys are chicken farmers. Come on. It's how I entertain myself. Okay, so I'm looking at myself in the camera thinking, first I need my coffee, and then maybe I need to go do something like this. I have so much work to do in the kitchen. It's not even funny. I am not complaining, but I have things I have to take care of and things I have to cook. So you're going to see a lot of me today. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Ta-ta. Excuse me. Have a good day. Drink your coffee. Bye-bye. Do you remember how I told you how I almost promised you that I wasn't going to let the chickens run through the house, and these guys were not going to be as spoiled as the big black ones? Well, your girl's a liar, liar, pants on fire. Hold on a second. Oh, got a spicy one. And it's Bridget. Look at that. Just soak that in today. Whatever nasty problem is on your plate today, breathe in, breathe out, and share my baby chicks. So this is Bridget Butterball Jones Fatty Pants. This is Chickie Poo. And this one is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Hi, Chitty. Hi, Chitty Chitty. She's the one who had a leg problem, and I wasn't sure that she would survive, but she did. Now I'm going to sit and drink my coffee. I'm going to hold these chickens on my lap, and then I'm going to let them run around a protected area of my living room. For just a little while, I promise. Just a little while. Okay. Maybe a little longer. We don't know yet. Okay, I'm about to take you into my coop so that you can see who Patty, Karen, and Matilda are. Don't judge me. I haven't had a chance to get out here and really deep clean my coop for about a week. It is in need of it, but it just hasn't made it to the top of my list. Can you hear them? They can hear me. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn the camera around. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. There's the Patty Daddy. Hi, Patty. Hi, Patty, you monster. Hello. The little, let's see, who's who. Okay, that gray one right there in front is, who is that? That is Matilda. She's pretty nice. And then that black one right there with the blacker head and the bluer body, that is Karen. And then we have Sprout and Peapod. That's Sprout. That is Peapod. And then we have Wait a Minute and Wait for Me, these two brown ones. All right, I'm going to put some food out for them. Doesn't look like a lot, but they have a ton of food out here. All right, let's go ahead and let them out. Ugh. Ugh, there we go. All right, go on, you guys. Out you go. Let me step back so they'll go. There we go. There we go. Go on, Matilde. That's my girl. She's a nice chicken. Oh, and she just took a nice poo. Come on, Patty. Just admire the beauty of that rooster. Now, he came to me as a rooster. So he's never pecked me. He's never charged me. He's never been aggressive. And that's pretty amazing since I did not raise him as a chick. Although that's not always an indicator because we raised Harry from a chick and he became too aggressive to stay in the flock. There we go. And they're out. And they're out. All right, that's enough of that.